Good morning, guys, and welcome to your Sunday morning Yoga Every Hour live stream. So my name's Emma, or the Strong Yogi, and today we're going to be going through a 45-minute Vinyasa flow. So Vinyasa yoga is all about connecting your movement to your breath. So just take the flow at your own pace, at your own level. So if there's any poses that you struggle with, just come out of them, try them again, come back into them. We don't take any breaks necessarily in Vinyasa. But if you do feel like you need to take a resting pose, you're going to either take your child's pose, so from your tabletop position, where your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips, you can just sink those hips backwards and just rest the forehead down to the ground. This is your child's pose. You can take your arms to the side if you like, or you can take your downward facing dog. So again, tabletop position, you're just going to tuck the toes under and lift the hips to the sky. So if you need to take those poses at any point during the practice, please feel free to do so. But nobody feels what you feel, so just take the flow at your own pace. I'm not going to be playing any music in the background, so if you want to pop your own music on, then please feel free to do so. So let's get started. So we're just going to start in a nice comfortable seated position. So just cross those legs if that feels good for you. And then we're just going to take a nice deep inhale through the nose, roll the shoulders backwards, lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, just drop the chin to the chest and close those eyes. And you can either leave your hands resting on your knees here. Maybe you want to place one hand to your heart center and just place the other hand on top of it, just so you can feel your chest rise and fall with your breath. So just take your own natural breathing pattern to start with here today. And just allow yourself to notice how you feel. Notice how your breath feels. And for now, don't try and change it, just let it be. And then just bring your attention, your focus to your body. And just notice any areas of tension that you're holding. After the first thing in the morning, we can be holding a lot more tension. And then just shift your focus to your mind. Any busyness, any thoughts that are running through your mind right now, just let them go. It's not that they're not important, it's just that they're not important right now. So just come into this moment of still, in the present, the only time that truly matters, and just allow yourself this next 45 minutes just for you. Maybe you want to take a moment here to set yourself an intention for your practice or for your entire day. And then from here, we're just going to take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And a nice complete exhale. And again, inhale through the nose, sending that breath to any areas of tension. And exhale, completely releasing any tension that you're holding in your body. And one more nice deep inhale through the nose. And exhale completely. And then from here, just melt those hands back down to the knees if they're not already there. And we're just going to take some seated cat-cows to begin with today. So as you inhale, you're going to gaze upwards and arch through that spine, push the chest forwards, push those hands into the knees. And then as you exhale, bring the chin to the chest, round through that spine. And again, inhale, look up, arch the spine. Exhale, chin comes to the chest, round through the spine. And again, inhale, look up, arch the spine. Exhale, chin to chest, round through that spine. And just continue this with your own breathing pattern. Just taking a few more rounds, adding any movement you might want into it. So maybe you want to draw some big circles, if that feels good for you today. Remembering nobody can see you. And then if you're drawing circles, just take them in the other direction. And then And just do 2 more wherever you are. And then just return to a neutral spine. And then we're just going to roll those shoulders backwards. And roll those shoulders forwards. Perfect. So from here, inhale, reach those hands upwards, reaching the fingertips away, opening up the palms of the hands. And then as you exhale, just going to lean over to the right hand side, placing the right palm down to the ground, reaching up and over with those left fingertips, keeping that left sit bone grounded, feeling that stretch in the left side of your body. So push the left shoulder backwards to keep that chest nice and open, keep those fingertips nice and open. Allowing energy in through the palm of your hand, gaze upwards if you can, towards the fingertips. Inhale here, exhale, maybe you can sink a little bit deeper. And then inhale, reach those hands back up to the sky, reach upwards, creating length and space. And then exhale, let's tilt over to the left side this time. So left hand comes down to the mat. Reach up and over with those right fingertips, push the right shoulder backwards to keep that chest nice and open. Keep the right sit bone grounded. And hold here, feeling that stretch in the right side of your body this time. Gaze upwards towards those fingertips if you can. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale, inhale, reach those hands to the sky. And exhale, let's just melt those arms downwards. And again, roll the shoulders backwards. And roll the shoulders forwards. So from here, we're just going to warm up the neck. So take a nice deep inhale, lengthen the spine, draw the belly button inwards. And then as you exhale, just drop the right ear over to the right shoulder. Feeling that stretch in the left side of your neck. So just let that right shoulder drop away from the ear. And then you can either just stay here, or if you want to increase that stretch a little bit, just bring the right hand to the left side of the head. And just don't try and pull too much here, just letting the weight of your arm be enough. And take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, just feeling any tension in that area of your neck just disappearing. Take one more nice deep inhale. And exhale, release that side, bring the head back up to center. Take a nice deep inhale, making sure that spine's nice and long, belly button's drawn in. And then as you exhale, just drop the left ear over to the left shoulder and let the left shoulder drop away. Gazing forwards, feeling that stretch in the right side of your neck. And you can either just stay here or just place the left palm onto the right side of the head. And hold here, keeping that chest nice and open. Feeling that stretch in your neck. And take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, release, come back to center. Inhale, creating space. And then exhale, just drop the chin down to the chest, keeping that spine nice and long. And again, either staying here or inhale, reach those hands to the sky. Interlace those fingers at the top. And as you exhale, drop those hands down to the back of your head. And let those elbows drop downwards towards the floor, feeling that stretch this time in the back of your neck. And take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, melt those hands back down to your knees. Perfect. Just lift the gaze here. And then we're going to inhale, reach the hands to the sky. And then as you exhale, draw the hands down in front of you. So from here, flip your palms, face them upwards. And we're going to place the right arm over the left. And we're going to wrap the arms around each other, trying to bring the palms together if you can. If not, bring the back of the hands together. And take a nice deep inhale, lengthen through the spine, draw the belly button inwards. And then as you exhale, push up with the fingertips, or pull up with the fingertips, push up with the elbows, taking our eagle arms. So feeling that stretch in your shoulders and working into this pose with the breath. So with every exhale, maybe you can push a little bit further. Just holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release those arms, roll the shoulders backwards. And roll those shoulders forwards. Perfect. Inhale, let's reach those hands to the sky. Exhale, draw those hands down in front of you. Flip the palms upwards, this time placing the left arm over the right, wrapping those arms around each other, trying to get the palms together, if not the back of the hands. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, push upwards. So reaching upwards with the fingertips, pushing upwards with the elbows. Being careful here, so just stop where you feel the stretch in your shoulders. And we'll hold here for 5, pushing up, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release, roll those shoulders backwards. Nice, and roll those shoulders forwards. Inhale, let's reach those hands up to the sky. And this time, exhale, hinging, let's fold forwards, bringing those hands in front of us, reaching those hands forwards, keeping the sit bones grounded. And then from here, we're just going to inhale, look up, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold forwards. And again, inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forwards. And again, inhale, look up. And exhale, fold forwards. Nice, this time inhale, look up, lengthen the spine, and then as you exhale, you're going to roll yourself forward, coming onto your hands and knees in your tabletop position. So your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips, and from here we're just going to tuck those toes under, and we're going to sink the hips back towards our feet. So stretching out the feet, stretching out the toes, and then from here just rock from side to side, just so you get all of those toes. And just take a moment to ease out any tension in that area. And then from here, keeping those toes tucked under or releasing them if it's too much, you're just going to walk your hands up towards your knees and just come into a kneeling position. From here, we're going to inhale, reach the hands to the sky, and then exhale, place the right palm onto the back, and then you're just going to push down onto the right elbow with the left hand. Or if you can reach around, take hold of your right hand with your left behind you, and just hold here. Feeling that stretch in your tricep, feeling that stretch still in your feet and your toes if you haven't untucked them yet. If it gets too much, just release the feet. Take a nice deep inhale here, and exhale, release. Inhale, raise the hands to the sky. Exhale, place the left palm onto the back, push down onto the left elbow with the right hand, or you can reach around if you can, take hold of the left fingertips with the right. Feeling that stretch in your triceps. Nice, inhale here, and exhale, release. Just place those palms back down to the mat. Walk those hands forwards and tap those feet out. Perfect. So from here, we're going to inhale, tuck the toes under again. But this time, as we exhale, we're going to lift those hips to the sky, coming into our first downward facing dog of the practice. So walk through your dog here, bend one knee, bend the other knee. Shake those hips from side to side, shake the head from side to side. Just bringing any movement you might like into your body here, whatever feels good for you today. So again, nobody can see you, so you can do whatever you please. Gazing towards the back of the mat through your legs. Let your chest melt downwards towards the mat. And really lift those hips to the sky, feeling that stretch through the back of your legs. Perfect. And then on your next inhale, you're going to gaze forwards, bend those knees, and just slowly start to walk those feet towards the top of the mat. And then when you get here, just exhale into your standing forward fold, bending those knees if that feels good. And then we're going to inhale, roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Rolling the shoulders as you get to the top. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. And exhale, draw those hands together at heart center. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale. So we're just going to run through a few rounds of sun salutations just to generate heat, warm up our bodies. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, gaze upwards, take a slight back bend. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, gaze towards that mat. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, look up, lengthen that spine. And then as you exhale, you can either step or if it's in your practice, jump back into high plank. Bend through those elbows to lower yourself down through chaturanga, or you can take knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog, hips are lifted, shoulders are away from the ears. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend the knees, jump, step or walk back to the top of the mat. Exhale into your standing forward fold. And inhale, raise the hands to the sky, take a slight back bend, gaze upwards. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, gaze towards that mat. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, step or jump back into high plank, bend through those elbows, keep them nice and close to your chest as you lower yourself down through your chaturanga. Inhale, slide into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Perfect. Hold here, take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend through those knees, walk, step or jump back to the top of the mat. Exhale into that standing forward fold. Inhale, raise the hands to the sky. And exhale, bring the palms together at heart center. Nice, this time we're going to inhale, raise the hands to the sky, bend through those knees, tuck the tailbone, lengthen the spine, push the arms back beside the ears, coming into your chair pose. Take a nice deep inhale here. And a nice complete exhale. And again, inhale, exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, gaze towards that mat. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step or jump back into your high plank, bend through the elbows, lower yourself down through your chaturanga. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky. Take your downward facing dog. Nice, from here, inhale, reach the right leg to the sky. Put a bend into that knee, open the hips to the right, send the heel over to the left. Coming into your three-legged dog. Adding that twist. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, reach that leg to the sky. And then as you exhale, step that foot forward to the top of the mat. Ground through the left foot, bringing the toes to a 45-degree angle and raise those hands to the sky. So hips are square to the front of the mat. That right knee's bent 90 degrees. Chest is open. Warrior one, inhale here. And exhale, nice and strong in this pose. Inhale, exhale, face those palms to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left, high plank. And lower yourself down through your chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Nice, from here, inhale, reach the left leg to the sky. Bend through the knee, open the hips to the left, send the heel over to the right. And hold here, opening up those hips. Take a nice deep inhale. And a nice complete exhale, feeling that twist in this pose as well. Inhale, reach that leg to the sky. Exhale, step that foot forward to the top of the mat. Ground through the right foot at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, raise the hands to the sky, coming into your warrior one. Again, hips square to the front of the mat. That left knee this time is bent 90 degrees. Nice and strong in your warrior. Opening through the heart. Push the arms backwards. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, melt those hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. And again, bend through those elbows, lowering yourself down through chaturanga. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky. In your downward facing dog, holding here, take a nice deep inhale. And a nice complete exhale. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend the knees, walk, step or jump back to the top of the mat. Exhale into your standing forward fold. As you inhale, put a bend into the knees, raise the hands to the sky, take your chair pose, tucking the tailbone, lengthening the spine. Inhale here, push the arms backwards beside the ears. And exhale. Inhale, exhale, straighten through those legs. Bring those hands together at heart center. Nice, inhale here. And exhale. From here, inhale, reach the hands to the sky. As you exhale, bring the palms behind you, interlace the fingers, push the hands together. Take a nice deep inhale, push the chest forward, shoulders backwards. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, push the arms towards the top of the mat. Bring the crown of the head downwards towards the mat. And just hold here for a few breaths. Bend those knees if that feels good for you today. Working on opening up through those shoulders. As with every exhale, you can push your arms a little bit closer to the top of the mat. So inhale here, exhale, melt those hands down to the mat. And then from here, you're going to take hold of opposite elbows with the palms of the hands. And you're just going to hang, so rock from side to side, forwards and backwards. No effort required, crown of the head faces downwards towards the mat. Gaze through your legs. And just let the weight of your body just lengthen out that spine. So again, any movement you like here. Just feeling free in this pose. Using your breath to release any tension. Nice, take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, melt those hands down to the mat. Inhale, roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time, nice and slowly. Roll the shoulders as you get to the top. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, bend through the knees, tuck the tailbone, lengthen the spine, take your chair pose, push the arms backwards beside the ears. Can you sink any lower this time? Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, exhale, place those palms to the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, come into your halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step or jump back into your high plank, bend through the elbows, lower yourself down through your chaturanga. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. This time, inhale, reach the right leg to the sky. And then as you exhale, come onto the ball of your left foot, round the right knee through to the nose. Inhale, lift the leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift that leg to the sky. Exhale, knee comes to nose. This time, inhale, lift the leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step that foot forward to the top of the mat. Ground through the back foot to a 45-degree angle. Raise the hands to the sky. Warrior 1. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, just straighten through that front leg. And then take a nice deep inhale, reach upwards, lengthen. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your hands behind you. And you're just going to try and get them into reverse prayer position. So bringing the palms together behind your back. If not, just rest the back of your hands onto your back. And wherever you are, just take a nice deep inhale, push the elbows backwards, push the chest forward, shoulders back. And then as you exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forwards, gaze towards your right toes, push the elbows backwards as you come into your intense side stretch. So really feeling that stretch in the back of your right leg in this pose. And just holding here, melting into it. So gazing towards your toes rather than your knee to avoid rounding through that spine. Just hold for a few more breaths. Remembering to push those elbows backwards. And take one more nice deep inhale. As you exhale, put a bend back into the knee, release the hands down to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left in your high plank. Bend through the elbows, keeping them nice and close to your chest. Lower yourself down through your chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky. Downward facing dog here. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. As you exhale, come onto the ball of your right foot, round the knee through to the nose. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee comes to the nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step that foot forward to the top of the mat. Ground through the right foot. Raise those hands to the sky. Warrior 1. Hips are nice and square to the front, nice and strong in this pose. Take a nice deep inhale, and then exhale, straighten through that left leg. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, creating space. And then exhale, bring the palms behind you. Try and get those palms together. If not, just rest the back of the hands onto the back. Inhale, push the chest forwards, push the shoulders and elbows backwards. And exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, gaze towards the left big toe. And this time feeling that deep stretch in the back of your left leg. Holding and breathing. Try and keep those hips square to the front. It's very easy to bring your torso around to the right hand side. Try and keep it over your left leg. Push those elbows backwards. Let's take one more nice deep inhale. As you exhale, bend through the left knee. Melt those hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right. And let's take our flow. Lower yourself down through your chaturanga nice and slowly. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes. Raise the hips to the sky as you make your way into your downward facing dog. Push into the palms, push into the heels. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend those knees, jump, step or walk back to the top of the mat. Exhale into your standing forward fold. As you inhale, bend through the knees, raise the hands to the sky, tuck the tailbone, lengthen the spine. Come back into that chair pose. Push those arms backwards beside the ears. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs, bring the hands together at heart center. Let's take a nice deep inhale here. And a nice complete exhale. And so we're going to go into our standing balancing pose now. So it's going to be eagle pose. So we did eagle arms at the beginning of the practice. So we're going to add legs in now as well. So you're going to come onto your left foot. You're going to bring your right foot up and just start to wrap your right leg around your left. And then with your arms, your right arm's going to come over your left arm and wrap those arms around each other, bringing the palms together if you can. So take a nice deep inhale, and then as you exhale, push the arms upwards and sink the hips downwards. Choose one point to focus on, something that's not moving, and just work onto that pose. So challenging your balance, challenging the strength in your left leg. No worries if you fall out of the pose, just come back into it. Sinking maybe a little bit further. And one more nice big inhale. And exhale, release the arms, release the legs. Just shake out through the arms, roll those shoulders backwards if you need to. Roll them forwards, shake out through the legs. Perfect. And then we're just going to come onto the other side. So grounding through the right foot this time. Just lift that left foot off of the mat. And then just wrap that leg around the right leg. This time left arm comes over right. Wrap those arms around each other just as we did at the beginning. the palms together if you can, if not the back of the hands. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, sinking down with the hips and pushing upwards through the elbows. Choosing one point to focus on to keep your balance, your drishti point, your focus point. If you want to challenge your balance even more, maybe you want to try and close one eye or both eyes. Holding nice and strong in your eagle pose. Take one more nice big inhale. And exhale, release the arms, release the legs. Roll out through those shoulders, backwards and forwards. Shake out through those legs if you need to. Perfect. So just coming back to the top of your mat, take a nice deep inhale, raise the hands to the sky. And then as you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, gaze downwards. Bend those knees if you need to. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, step or jump back into your high plank. Bend through the elbows, lower yourself down through your chaturanga. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes. Raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, you're going to roll forwards into your high plank. Inhale, lift the hips to the sky, down dog. Exhale, roll forwards, high plank. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, rolling forwards. And again, inhale, lift, downward facing dog. Exhale, high plank. One more time, inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, high plank and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bend through the elbows, lowering yourselves down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way down onto your stomach this time. So from here, you're going to either place your hands or your fingertips beside your temples, or you're going to bring your hands behind you and interlace those fingers. So as we inhale, we're going to lift up, push the arms upwards, and exhale, lower down. And again, inhale, lift up, exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower this time. Inhale, lift and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Perfect. So you're just going to bring your hands beside your chest as wide as the mat. Elbows pointing upwards. Take a nice deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, just peel your chest off of the mat. So keep those elbows bent if that's better for you. So be careful, be gentle with your lower back here. You want to keep your hips grounded onto the mat. So if you straighten your arms all the way out and your hips come off the mat, just put a little bend back into those elbows. And just take a nice few deep breaths here. So inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, bend through the knees, push the hips back to the heels as we take our child's pose. So resting the forehead down onto the mat, really sinking those hips backwards. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, let's walk those hands over to the right hand side so the chest torso comes over the right thigh. Maybe the left hand can reach all the way over the top of the right. And just hold in this pose, feeling that stretch through the left side of your body. And with your exhale, maybe you can take it a little bit further, walk those fingertips a little bit further to the right. And take one more nice deep inhale, and exhale, walk those hands back to center. Inhale, reach those fingertips forwards, and exhale, let's walk those hands over to the left this time. So the torso comes over the left thigh. Maybe you can bring your right hand all the way over to reach on top of your left, and just feel that stretch through the right side of your body this time. Using your breath to sink deeper into the pose. Maybe you can walk your fingertips a little bit further out. Take one more nice deep inhale, and exhale, release. And then from here, we're just going to lift our hips upwards, so almost coming back into a tabletop position. And then from there, we're going to walk our hands forward as far as we can. And we're going to melt that chest down towards the mat as we come into our puppy dog pose. So if you like, so you can sink a little bit further downwards, you can come up onto your fingertips, so cupping those hands. And just feeling that stretch in your shoulders, through your chest. And just take a nice few deep breaths here. And take one more nice big inhale, and then exhale, walk those hands up towards your knees, sit all the way back onto those heels, and then we're just gonna putting our legs back around to the front of our mat, and we're gonna do some forward folds. So point those toes upwards towards the sky, and we're gonna inhale, reach those hands to the sky, arms up beside the ears, and then as you exhale, you're gonna hinge from the hips, and you're gonna push your arms backwards so they stay beside your ears. So take a nice deep inhale, reach up, create space, and then as you exhale, fold forwards, but push the arms back, gaze towards your toes, pushing the arms back, and hold here wherever you are. Take a nice deep inhale, and exhale, release the hands, keep the torso where it is. So maybe your hands come down to your toes, maybe they're resting on your shins, maybe you just want to drop them beside your legs onto your mat. But let's just work into this forward fold. So just breathing into it, gazing towards your toes to avoid rounding through that spine. Bending those knees if that feels good for you. One more nice deep inhale. And then exhale, just bring yourself back up. And from here, we're going to put a bend into the right knee, bring the sole of the right foot to the floor, keep those left toes pointed towards the sky, and we're going to take a twist. So bring your right hand behind you, inhale, reach your left fingers to the sky, and then as you exhale, twist to your right hand side, either hugging your right knee with your left arm, or you can bring your left arm to the outside of your right knee, remembering to keep those left toes pointed upwards, gaze over your right shoulder. Draw the belly button inwards, lengthen through the spine, open the chest. Using your breath to melt a little bit deeper into the pose. A nice big inhale, maybe as you exhale, you can twist a little bit further. And inhale here, exhale, release, come back to center. Drop that right knee out to the side, bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, keep those hips square to the front. And then as you exhale, fold forwards, gazing towards those left toes, hinging over the left leg. And just taking this fold to wherever you can. So again, bending that knee if that feels good. You can use your right hand to twist into this pose. So bring your right hand to the outside of your left leg, gaze over your left shoulder, and just use that arm to push into the leg and just add that stretch through the right side of your body. Perfect. Take one more nice big inhale. And then exhale, release. Just take that right leg back out to meet the left. Draw the left leg inwards, so bringing the sole of the left foot to the floor. Keep the right toes pointed towards the sky. And we're going to take our twist, so bring that left hand behind you. Inhale, reach the right fingers to the sky, gaze upwards, create space. And then as you exhale, twist your left hand side, so either hugging the left leg in with the right arm or bringing the right arm to the outside of the left leg, keeping those right toes pointed upwards. Gaze over the left shoulder, really draw that belly button in, open through the chest, lengthen the spine. Imagining that puppet string on the crown of your head pulling you upwards, creating space and openness in the body. Breathing into the twist. Take a nice deep inhale, and then as you exhale, maybe you can twist a little bit further. Really feeling that twist in your spine. And one more nice big inhale, exhale, release that pose, come back to center, and then just drop that left knee out to the left side, bringing the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, reach those hands to the sky, keep the right toes pointed upwards, hips are forwards. Exhale, hinge, fold, gaze towards the right toes. Bring the torso over the right leg. And then again, if you want to, you can bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg, push into that leg and gaze, or pull into the leg and gaze over your right shoulder just to bring a stretch into the left side of your body. Bend the right knee if that feels good in this pose for you. And take one more nice big inhale, and then exhale, release. And then we're just going to take the left leg back out to meet the right. And then just slide both feet up, so you're sort of on your heels, so bend through the knees. Take a nice deep inhale, reach forwards, and then as you exhale, just sinking backwards until you can feel your core firing up. And you can either stay here, or take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to lift the feet off of the floor, off of the mat. You can keep the knees bent, or you can straighten the legs. And we're going to hold in our boat pose for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, round over those thighs. Just hold here and breathe. So we're going to add on, we're going to do it one more time, and we're going to add on to the next one. Cool, so when you're ready, take a nice deep inhale, just start to lean backwards. Kick those legs out in front of you if you want to. Keep the knees bent, straighten the legs, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, not releasing just yet. 1, we're going to drop the right leg to the floor and lift. Drop the left leg to the floor and lift. And right and lift. Left and lift. 3 more to each side. Right for 3, left for 3, right for 2, lift, left for 2, and 1 more. Lower that right leg and lift, lower the left leg and lift. Drop those feet back down to the mat, round over those thighs, giving yourself a nice big hug. Perfect. And then from here, just come out of your little ball, just cross those legs over, just how we started our practice today. And I just want you to take a nice big inhale, reach those hands to the sky. And then exhale, just melt those arms downwards, place the hands to your knees, and then just work on rolling those shoulders backwards. Just trying to ease out any last bits of tension you're holding in your body. And roll those shoulders forwards. Nice, and then just take a nice few head rolls. Just rolling that head in one direction. Nice and gently. And then rolling in the other direction. And when you're ready, just bring your head back to center. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Bring the palms together, push the arms backwards beside the ears, gaze upwards. And then as you exhale, melt those hands down towards your chest, your heart center. And drop your chin downwards with those hands, so chin comes to chest. Close the eyes, push the thumbs into the sternum, into the heart center. And feel all that lovely energy in between the palms of your hands, sending it inwards. Taking what you need, giving what you can give. And just return to a normal breathing pattern. And just notice how you feel. Without comparison or judgment. Bring your mind back to the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. And just take a moment here to thank and appreciate yourself for everything that you are. For everything that surrounds you. Take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, just gently blink the eyes open and just start to lift that gaze. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all again very soon. Namaste.